The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is Mick Shots.
Streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Now, here are Bill Jones, Heckma Harrison, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
It is T-minus 1 weekend counting before the season opener. Yes, we have reached that moment where we are 1 week out.
1 week. Go!
Love it. Love it. 1 week out. And
yeah, man.
actually, this is the first official day of football.
I'm scared.
It's not an NFL game tonight. There is college football tonight.
That's right.
Oh, we've had a couple of college football games.
Who's playing tonight?
Oklahoma State's playing tonight against somebody.
Missouri
And we got
Central
high school
Arkansas. Let's not forget that.
Who's the, Missouri's playing Central Arkansas? Okay.
That's your team.
Got to start with somebody.
Yep, that's right. And then there are other teams that start with Ohio State.
That's
Texas and Ohio State, 11 o'clock kickoff on Fox on Saturday morning.
Oh, man.
We're ready.
Talk
I'm
about
ready for that
dialed in.
I got to see that one.
Yep.
Isn't somebody playing North Carolina?
And TCU's playing Bill Belichick's team. That's Monday Night Football. That's going to wrap up your Labor Day
Monday
weekend.
Night Football.
Yep, Monday
night college football.
Monday night is TCU in North Carolina. So,
Who, except for Belichick. I mean, what?
Well, everybody's going to watch.
Yeah,
that's the
except for
reason.
Belichick.
That's
What?
clearly the reason they scheduled.
I don't want to diss, text.
You're on your way. You're on your way.
I
Be
was.
careful.
I backed up. So,
You know who
What?
Coach Prime, when he got to Colorado, who his first game was against? It was TCU. TCU gets all the
they're the Washington Generals. I see. I couldn't.
TCU?
Wow.
I couldn't.
Wow.
No, it's the way they're being scheduled.
TCU's going to have a good
It's
team.
the way they're being
they are.
scheduled. It's the way
TCU
they're
could
being
surprise some people this year.
Don't we also have Clemson, Florida State?
Clemson, Florida State is another featured matchup. Those are two top 5 or 8 teams in the country, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's
Alabama's playing Florida State. No, Clemson's playing LSU.
LSU, that's right.
Clemson's
This is a
playing
battle
LSU.
of Death Valley.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who's going to finally who's the real Death Valley?
All right, so there's your
I
college
believe
football
it's
talk.
LSU because I've been to both Death Valleys.
I would definitely agree with you on that. Never been to Clemson, but I can tell you LSU is the real deal.
Okay.
Now,
Go
we play
Tigers.
Ohio State next week.
Who, Grambling?
Yeah. What's with the question?
Wait.
And you,
Grambling's playing Ohio
you,
State.
man? Golly,
Wait a minute.
you got something to say?
Is it a road game?
Come on, man. What? Okay, now it's funny.
It's a road
I
game.
can't diss TCU, but here you go down on my G.
No.
You missed it.
So what you're
it's
saying
a road
is-
game, right?
Next week, yeah.
So what you're saying is
It's going to be in Vegas.
Ohio's in Vegas?
Yeah. What is wrong with these questions? What is happening, man? Grambling is, it has a little name to it. Come on. We got a little history. Golly, bro. We affected the NFL a little bit with our alumni.
Absolutely.
Come on.
So Grambling gets half the take then,
That's
right?
what I'm talking about.
All right.
That's what matters.
Neutral site game?
That's what I'm talking. Just don't get everybody hurt. That's all you got to worry.
Is that the opener?
No, tonight they play
Oh, they got a game tonight too.
Langston. No, Saturday they got Langston.
Oh, so it's Hollywood versus Everson. Hollywood Henderson's alma mater
Yeah.
and Everson's
That's
alma mater.
right.
Very good. All right. So that gets you caught up on what's going on in college football. And now we turn our attention to 1 week from tonight.
1 week from tonight. I'm scared, guys.
Scared.
I'm scared for them.
Yeah.
For them.
There you go.
Yeah.
For the Eagles?
Okay. Okay.
Do you believe that this dynamic 53-man roster is enough to go into Broad Street?
Are we getting to your itinerary here?
Yeah. We're working there. We're working on it.
That's part of your itinerary.
Yes.
Or,
All right,
we
let's do this.
might not bury the lead because they've added people to the roster.
Okay, you want to get to
And
that
to
first?
the practice squad.
That's right. So you want to bring us up to speed on what's the most recent developments as far as this 53-man roster and 17-man practice squad?
And let's qualify it with the two guys they claimed off waivers.
Okay.
So Reddy Stewart with a D, and Triquiz.
Yep, you got it.
Bridges.
Chiquise.
That's what Everson's going with.
Both defensive backs.
Black women.
Yeah, you got it. Trequise.
And think about this. So
Heckman, though.
basically, what they've done is they've claimed 2 guys. They probably had some history prior to the drafts about them, and they get to see them for a week or 2. And the other guys that were playing in the slot, Childress will get on the practice squad later today, assuming he clears waivers.
Yeah.
And so if they don't like what these 2 guys look like, then you elevate one of those dudes on game day.
Who knows the system?
Who know the system.
Right.
So basically you claim 2 guys to interview, give them workouts for a week or so and see how it goes. I'm told they really like Stewart. That
and they had him in Chicago last year on the practice
right,
squad.
Both DA and Flus. He was played 1 game.
DA is David Overstreet.
Oh.
Sorry.
DA?
DA?
And not DO.
Not DO. DA.
Okay, I'm confused. But anyway. Yeah, it's just me.
Sorry, I was thinking back to training camp. But when he was with the Bears, he played in the preseason, and the last preseason game, he had 2 interceptions and 1 for a pick 6, 46, 48 yards, something like that, which caught their eye. He didn't make the team.
Which is what Keemon Hall did last year in the preseason, too.
And kind of stuck around, right?
New coaching staff since then.
Yeah, exactly. And he played at Troy. In his last 2 years, he had 7 interceptions and 2 pick sixes. He 4.45. He's not big.
No, it's the 5'11".
5'11", 175 or whatever. But he evidently caught their eye, and it's like, okay, let's take a better look. So I think that was why they did that after they put the other 2 guys on injured reserve return, Carson and
Phil Moffa.
Moffa, too. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, and then now they're going to add 2 more guys to the practice squad. One guy is the roster exemption,
International exemption.
Exemption.
All righty.
He's
got that out.
He's a British Nigerian or something like that, and he's built right. We just see if he can play. Deo Odele.
We'll go with Deo Odele.
Odele, thank you. And then Isaiah Land, who the Cowboys signed as an undrafted free agent a couple of years ago.
Who had about 45 sacks in college.
Wow.
It wasn't that many, but I exaggerate, but it was a lot.
Florida A&M.
Yep.
Yeah.
FAMU. There you go.
So, yeah.
There you go, Nate in Frisco.
Nate, we haven't heard from Nate in Frisco all year, have we?
We have not. Well,
Only
we
training
did in
camp.
training camp.
Yeah, I know.
Were you not listening?
No.
Oh.
I was not. I'm sorry. Heckma gets on me about that, not being in tune.
Heckma was listening.
Of course I was.
Right?
Well, I want to.
All of Nate.
Heckma's the
Frisco.
measurement. Heckma's
Yeah.
the measurement here.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think what tracks is coaches bringing in their guys from former places that they've stopped at. I was combing the waiver wire for guys that play for Eberflus defensive tackles. Let's see if any of those were out there that they would claim to be a systems guy. But I like what you said. It's a 2-week audition for these guys. And if they don't catch on, obviously you bring other guys up for that first game of the season.
And, okay, so they've added 2 corners.
Yes.
Okay, on waiver claims. And now the most recent development is there's 2 pass rushers that have been added to the practice squad and who have some experience in the league. It's not like their first go-around here.
Right.
And so you look at question marks on defense. It's the health at cornerback, and it's the hold in by Micah. And so it's like they're bringing in guys to just see what they can accumulate not knowing for sure when Trayvon Diggs is coming back, and the other issues at cornerback, and not knowing for sure what's going on with Micah either.
Well, the real head scratcher for me was I thought that room was already loaded, the defensive end room. I thought they had plenty of names there. Izaraku being one of them, Sam Williams being back healthy. He, correct me if I'm wrong, he looked like he was having a hell of a camp.
He did.
Also,
Dante Fowler.
And then the names, like really, the names go on. So when they brought in those guys, I guess that was a head scratcher, especially with what they need in the cornerback and safety rooms or at the nickel is what I'm talking about. So, look, man, no matter what, September 4th is going to be here. Defensively is where, up front, can you present pressure on Jalen Hurts? Can you get to him? Can you bother him? Is Eberflus going to rely on his zone, a little Tampa 2 mixing in there? You're going to have to come up with something special to get this Eagles, the world champions, off their square.
Well, none of these guys are going to help.
Well, we're talking about them. So
I know, but I'm saying
we open up talking about the guys that
help.
have no significance.
The guys that will help is Diggs ready to play? Is Micah want to play? Or is he going to come out with this charade about his back now?
Mm-hmm.
Which
you think that's a charade?
That's chapter.
By the way,
shall we say charade?
Before we totally dismiss
charade.
Before we totally dismiss Isaiah Land, and I'm not saying this necessarily for next Thursday, reports from him in the preseason in Indianapolis, 3 games, 7 quarterback pressures and a sack. I mean, he was doing the same kinds of stuff in Indianapolis that James Houston was doing here.
Doing the Lord's work.
And so,
that's right.
So
that's good.
When I see them add, even just to the practice squad, 2 more pass rushers, I'm wondering, okay, what are the tea leaves on this whole Micah thing? And do they know something in the executive offices and the coaches' offices here that we don't know about, that what could be an extended situation here?
Mickey, this is getting weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys, this is getting weird. It's getting to the like. Did you guys saw the picture yesterday of him standing in DFW?
I did not.
You didn't? Well, he wasn't trying to hide himself. He's out there walking through.
Can't hide himself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, you can.
Sort of like laying on the trainer's table in the preseason game on the side.
A guy of he's multi-millionaire, superstar football player. There are calls that you can make for guys to hide you and shoot you through the airport without being seen. Yeah.
This is Chapter 4
Unbelievable.
Agent negotiations. All right? He's already run through the first 3 chapters. He's not gotten anywhere. So now he knows he's up against it, because if Micah continues to refuse to practice or refuse to play, he's going to get put on conduct detrimental to the team. And he's not going to get paid. If he's hurt, then you're on and you get paid, right? His $1.2 million. A week. So now you got to find a doctor. He probably ought to go check with Jason Witten when he had a lacerated spleen, right? And he finally found a doctor that said, "Oh yeah, you're good. You can play." And they played him, right? He ain't gonna play with this back. He doesn't. If you watched him in training camp doing the pre-practice out on the field by himself with either the trainers or the strength and conditioning guys doing conditioning, got nothing wrong with his back.
That was in training camp.
That was in training. That's only a week or so away. You didn't just wrench your back all of a sudden, right?
That's how backs work. You wrench them all of a sudden.
All of a sudden?
Yeah. I mean, isn't that how it happens?
Doing nothing?
It's not like a cold that comes on, a virus.
Okay.
It happens right away.
Right.
With me, when it happened, I sat down. I'm about to press a guy in a one-on-one drill, and oh crap, there it is. And next thing you know, my whole life changed, and I'm doing yoga. That's just how it goes, man.
Okay.
But here's the other thing.
Were you angling for a new contract, by the way?
Not at that time, no. But it was Jimmy Johnson's first year, so it wasn't a good time.
I have thought all along, ever since the back issue came up in training camp, is, okay, let's say they get to the point where they're agreeing to the contract. the back's got to be checked out before
Yes.
a contract is agreed to on the part of the team. So when the reports came out this week that MRI showed it was clean, I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're making progress here because they needed to get it checked out before a contract is agreed to. Well, now the reports are that now he's getting a second opinion. So
Didn't like the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're coming from a perspective that Mickey's coming from about Micah, this is a dangerous game to play if you're Micah and his representation because. Man, I love Micah. I think he's one of the best. Generational is what I put. Anytime I start talking about him, this what a great move this was to bring this guy in. Everything that he's proved as a player has been off the charts. But right now, in this situation, we're talking about MRIs and a guy trying to get a second opinion. This is playing chicken with a Mack truck. And it doesn't bode well, especially when you see the interviews that Jerry had where he's like, we got him for 3 years. So we talked about it yesterday about leverage. If you're trying to leverage this, that's where you're getting into the place where I'm saying this is getting weird. This is,
After a while, you're going to gamble. You're going to gamble. And some guys are better at gambling than others.
But why, though? Why would you gamble knowing that you have, and I'm just guesstimating at the guaranteed money, but I'm going to say $135 million. You're $135 million guaranteed coming to you, rain, sleet, snow, hell, high water. Why would you play with that? Why would you risk that? What's the gamble that you're taking by doing that?
Well, what's the gamble you're taking if you got a $60 million signing bonus in your back pocket today? $60 million.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, the way they have notedly signed these long-term deals is they put a lot more in the signing bonus because they have the cash flow, right? Other teams don't. They have the cash flow to do it, which you prorate, and I'm sure here's going to be a sticking point. They would like a 5-year deal because you could prorate it over 5 years.
The Cowboys would like
The Cowboys.
Yes.
They probably want a 3, I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Who do you think has the most power in that relationship between Micah Parsons and his agent? Who's the one that has the final say so? Do you think he leans on his agent to make those decisions for him, or do you think he's going to come out and is this of his own?
Well, let's turn it around. What would you do?
What would I do? I'm trying to get the most money.
But are you listening to your agent or are you listening to yourself?
Me and my agent had a totally different relationship than what he and his agent have. My agent he's not part of a conglomerate. My agent was just one guy.
And that's the other thing.
And who is in charge?
I was in charge.
Yeah,
I made those decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the way
all
it
he
should
did
be.
was spoke for me.
The players should be in charge.
Yeah, all he did was spoke to me for me, but I made the decisions.
And he Mullighetti is in one of these big agencies, right? And I guarantee you he's got to show his wares, right? And I'll guarantee you the NFLPA is in his ear going, hey, let's raise the maximum price for that position. Let's not just agree to anything. That stuff happens behind the scene.
It does.
And the other thing we don't know is what are they asking for? Has anybody ever asked Jerry that? And if
That's
they
your
ask the
job.
agent,
That's your job.
well, I know, but I'm not asking for everybody else. If I see him in the hallway, I'll ask him, right?
I like it.
But what are they asking for? What years and not just package? Because I heard it today in talk radio, and I had to go to music. It was like, well, you know what they got to sign for? It's got to be the most at that position. Well, what's the most? Is $500,000 more than who's ever got the most now? Does that count? Or are they asking for $50,000 a year? I mean, at average. You don't know. It's never come out. So what's the holdup?
Well, I think the best assumption is the years when you talked about 3 versus 5.
Right.
What else could it be?
But and remember, this year counts.
Yes.
Like this
on
year
the T.J.
counts.
Watt contract, it was announced as a 3-year, $123 million deal, but I believe he's on the books for $12 million this year, and so that's an extension on top of this
Exactly.
year. So it's really 4 years, $135 million.
But you have the opportunity to prorate some of that signing bonus in this year,
yeah.
along with however long the extension.
And you can't do that with a 3-year.
Well, you could do it with a 3-year, but then you get 4, and now the signing bonus. If it's say they offered them the largest signing bonus for a non-quarterback, right? Well, that's going to be like at least $50 million. So if you prorate it over 5 years, it's $10 million. But if you prorate it over 4, then it gets more expensive, right? So there's a give and take there on, do you want your money now, or do you want to be the top guy at your position? I would take the money now, but I'm old. So,
Well, okay.
so I think young people might
1 year
look at
makes
it.
a difference.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll take my money.
Okay.
So
When we come back here on Mix Shots, let's take a look at this roster.
Let's do it.
See what we think about it.
got some needs.
Are we going down the Heckma headlines?
I think we
Trying
will.
to.
We kind of got out of turn there. We went Micah first. Now we'll go roster next.
It's
when
all
we
right.
Come back on
Just
Mix
ideas,
Shots.
guys.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
AT&T has a new guarantee because most things in life are not guaranteed, like getting through self-checkout by yourself.
Warning, each item must be placed in the bagging area.
Not guaranteed.
Place item in the bagging area. Place item in the bagging area.
You know what AT&T guarantees? Connectivity you depend on, deals you want, and service you deserve. Or we make it right. Terms and conditions apply. Visit att.com/guarantee for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mixed Shots.
Are you a Cowboys super fan? Search is on for the 2025 Fan of the Year presented by Captain Morgan. Now through September 29th, nominate extraordinary NFL fans, dynamic duos, and game changers who rep the Cowboys with pride. And every turn, every game day into an unforgettable adventure. You could be sent to Super Bowl 60. Enter to win at NFL.com/Fan of the Year today.
All right. You know, Everson is really in midseason form on his reads.
As I just butchered that, sorry.
That shows I wasn't listening.
That's right.
All right.
That's why it was only mid-season.
Okay, we're going to call it a 53-man roster, but it's really a 55-man roster because of the injured reserve guys, and it actually goes beyond that because of the PUP guys and the NFI guy.
And
all right.
16 more guys on practice squad.
Actually 17 with the international
that's right.
player,
Oh,
Odele.
right. Yes.
So, which, by the way, okay, add up all those. So 55 and 17 is 72, and then there's a handful that are on either PUP or NFI. We're up to 75 players right there.
At least 3,
Yeah. So it's 75 of the 91 that were in camp, so basically. And then you're going to have, by the end of September, there's going to be 5 or 6 more that are added. Okay, so now you're up over 80. All this to do over the last couple of days of the roster cut down day and all that. And if you look around the league, I was asking the question yesterday, I wonder how many claims the Cowboys put in on cornerbacks around the league. How many were taken before the Cowboys got their guys? Well, somebody tweeted out today they had all the waiver claims that were put in, and these were the only two the Cowboys put in for, were these two cornerbacks.
And they were 12th in line.
And they were 12th in line in the pecking order. And there were very few around the league that of the players that got claimed that had multiple claims on them, okay? Which leads me to say, we make this big deal about the cut down day, but what happens with coaches is they want the players they've been working with the last 3 or 4 months or that they have a past history with. And so there's actually not a whole lot of claiming going on this initial week.
And that's
when
good.
You break it all
you
down.
don't want to waste your time
That's right.
with it.
That's
Just
right.
Don't waste your time. We have enough work getting ready for Thursday with what we have. You start bringing in people at the last minute. It just is such disarray.
And with other players, yeah, you might like their talent and everything. They may look good on film, but you really don't know what they're like.
Know what they're going to play like.
Or what they're like as a teammate,
right.
or their study habits, all that stuff. They like to go with the known product, the guys they've been working
When
with.
they start bringing in all these guys, I have nightmares of 1989 where it was just a doggone train track coming through here, and they just throwing guys out there, just throwing stuff up against the wall to see what fits. You know, let's try and hone in on what we got. And I thought they would have done it a little sooner. And most NFL teams do this. I think it's just because it's almost like people want to say, "Well, I'm working. I want to show you I'm working." Yeah, but you're not really doing anything.
Right.
You're bringing more mess. You're bringing more clutter, and we don't need that right now.
And so the ones that they have brought in are ones a position of need due to injury, the cornerbacks. So, all right. So
wait. So how did you find out you made it in 81?
We didn't know until it was weird. We were at Twin 60s on Central. When we walked in the room, it was still too many people. It was still too many people. And I'm looking around.
You worked down to 46?
We knew what the numbers, we knew how many DBs that needed to be kept. We knew Michael Downs was the first guy. He was going to make it. So I walk in there, and all the other cornerbacks are still there. We have the meeting. Nobody tapped me on my shoulder. Next thing you know, when the meeting's over, they had already tapped Aaron Mitchell on his shoulder and said, "Hey, you're going to
veteran.
Tampa. You're going to Tampa."
And they traded him.
And when he went to Tampa, that left the room for me and fellows. So that was it.
Huh.
And I looked around like, oh, damn, Mitch is gone. What happened to Mitch? And that was it.
So they didn't call you in like the Cowboys called in Perry and Winfrey and told him you made it?
Nope.
His was more like a horror movie.
No,
and it was a different time back then when you didn't make the.
It was a relief.
They didn't have 17-man practice squads back then either, where that get paid $250,000 a year if you're on it.
None of that.
The whole
my
season.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well, you know what my salary was, so no.
Yeah.
You heard the story about Charlie Waters, right? Myers was the guy that told everybody he didn't make it, right?
Right.
So he calls Charlie and says,
I bet Myers loved that.
Yeah, and he calls Charlie and tells him, you didn't make it. And Charlie's like, my whole life passed in front of me, right? It's like, really? I was a draft choice. I didn't make it. What am I going to do with my life? And he said he didn't know who to talk to, who go to call, that he didn't make it. And about 2 hours later, Coach Myers calls him and say, made a mistake. You're on the team.
Made a mistake.
Made a mistake. He told him he didn't make. And Charlie was like, I can't say what he said, but he started cussing back at Myers, and Myers was like, don't you talk to your coach like that.
Now, but, if you recall, 81, we were in such need for DBs. They were doing what the Cowboys are doing now, but they did it over the offseason. Just got a whole bunch of guys from everywhere. They threw us all in the pot, and then they tried to see which ones came up to the top when they turned the fire on.
Okay, so we're at 53.
Okay, so what do you make? Does this 53-man roster, how does it stack up in the NFC East?
My questions none of them have been answered. For me, I think talent-wise, I think we're sitting right there between the C+, C- when I mean, especially when I go over to the defense. I want to know. I mean, obviously we're going to get a sample size right away with the game on September the 4th. Offensive line wise and defensive line is where my biggest questions were going into the summer. And I'm still there. I don't know what Tyler Booker is, and no one has really been able to tell me, our right guard, how he's fit in over the summer and what he's going to look like, even with what we saw in the preseason. So it's hard to gauge off of that. Terrence Steele, another question at right tackle, didn't have his best season last season. But how does he build off of that, and even with Tyler Guyton with the knee injury? So defensive line-wise, I read your article about Mozzie Smith, and you went over that about the salary cap as well. Boy, I tell you, it better be worth every part of that $3 million if you're going to keep that guy around, and he's still going to continue to cost you if you have a Eberflus coming in with a brand new defensive scheme if that doesn't work. So, my questions with this roster still remain. My questions with the coaching staff still remain, because they were so vanilla in this summer and in preseason. So a lot of our questions hadn't been answered, but I look at the talent here, and I'm still more at I think this is a C+, C- from a talent perspective.
So what would you bring in?
I would definitely bring in some defensive tackles.
No, now.
There's nothing to bring in now.
That's what I'm asking.
What would I bring in now?
Yeah.
You
got what you got, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
So your criticism would have been back in April or May or June, right? And you're saying nothing's changed.
Yeah, no, it's status quo.
Well, I think
we start finding out next Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we saw a lot more in training camp than they showed in preseason. So
what's your confidence level then?
I think this offense can be prolific if the offensive line plays at least average. Yes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
There's some
who's starting at left tackle next Thursday?
I got a feeling it's going to be Nate Thomas, which concerns me.
No, you were asking me, did I watch something? Come on, I'm ready for this. Did I see
What do you mean,
something?
did you watch?
No, you were I said prolific. I said, prolific, and you said, well, did I see what? What did I?
Did you watch the wide receivers in training camp?
Yeah, I mean, I saw exactly what they did. George Pickens, I'm more excited about him than I've been about a lot of Cowboys in a very long time.
And add that to Lamb?
With CD Lamb, I think that's going to be.
And add that to Dak Prescott, healthy?
But a left tackle that – okay, so here's what I'm saying. I don't feel as though at the running back position you've solidified anything. The guys that we had, even looking from the training camp highlights or lowlights.
Do you think those guys are at least as good as Rico Dowdle, who ran for 1,000 yards last year?
You're going. Oh, okay.
No, I'm asking.
No, and I want to put the 1,000 yards in perspective, but I'm going to also say I think they're 1A, 1B as far as Rico Dowdle is concerned and what he gave you. I don't know if Williams or Miles Sanders are any better right now than Rico Dowdle was for us last season. But with the offensive line that we had is what I'm saying.
Well, the offensive line had problems last year too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So is it the running backs
1A,
or
1B.
is it the offensive
line? So you're agreeing with what I'm saying, Mickey.
I'm saying I'm worried about left tackle. Even if Guyton was there, he's got to show me something. And he was playing early in training camp better than what I saw last year, and then he gets hurt.
Stylistically, you have to be balanced for all of these things to work. For George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb to be effective, you're going to have a running game. And I love the fact that the NFL is evolving back to the running game.
But for those guys to be good, the offensive line has to be good. It's no different.
Rico Dowdle ran for 1,000 yards last season, Mickey.
Okay, and?
You just told me that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And back
what?
to you.
And what?
Yes, that's what I mean.
So if the offensive line, I said, is at least average, then those guys are going to be really good at wide receiver. And then can one of those
y'all saying the same thing.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that it's not as bad. Now, defense got to prove itself, but offense, they can be really good.
They can be really good.
And,
I agree with that.
And if you see Jaden Blue, if he's healthy, he's going to add something, right? And I don't want to go on my rant about Kevontae Turpin.
Go ahead.
He's going to add.
Yeah, go ahead.
The passing game can be
better make a Pro Bowl,
really good.
He better make the Pro Bowl.
And
he already has twice.
So here's my
as a receiver.
Here's my thing. I knew from in the offseason when we got a new coaching staff, new team in a lot of areas, got unproven guys that are coming in. I know that this season is going to start off slowly. It's going to be a slow start. I'm looking forward to, even with the schedule that they have later on in the season, I'm looking forward to them getting better each week and each section of the season. I look for them to be a really good team, hopefully a team that can make the playoffs by the end of the season in this NFC East. That's what I'm looking forward to. Thursday might be a little ugly. Thursday might get ugly. September, even with the weakness in the schedule early on, still might get ugly. I think we're going to be a better team. I think if we stay disciplined in what we do early on, you got to believe in the system. Otherwise, you're going to look at last year. You're looking at 7-10.
If they lose the opener, no one's going to believe what you just said. It's over. The season's done.
The whole season, you're right.
Right?
Exactly right. And I think Shotty is like this. I'm going to stick to my guns. He seems like that kind of stubborn guy. And that's what you need for a good coach on this team.
Right.
You got to keep your eye on the prize. It's going to be tough and early on. The waves are going to be big. They're going to be big waves, but you got to stay with it. You got to keep it going, because whether you like it or not, Shotty's going to be here next year. So you better, whoever you got coming on, it's going to be like Jimmy Johnson. Starting in 1980, I hope it's not going to be 1989.
Maybe not that bad. How about 90?
90? I see 90. Hopefully better than 90. I could see them going 500, maybe a 9-7 record. That's what I truly believe.
Bill?
All right. I was going to tease.
Yourself? I wanted to hear what you had to say.
When we come back.
Oh.
What's the ceiling and what's the floor for this team?
Okay.
When we come back here on Mix Shots.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman here. As the official pitmaster of the Dallas Cowboys, you know I take cookware seriously, especially when it comes to America's team. So when the Cowboys are away, I'm putting my Yeti cast iron skillets to work to make my game day favorites for friends and family. I'm talking chicken fried steak, skillet queso, and peach cobbler. And just like the Cowboys are forever, so are these heirloom cast iron skillets. Check out the full line of skillets on Yeti.com or at a Yeti store near you.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Back to Mixed Shots.
Cowboys Nation, head to Miller Lite House at AT&T Stadium for a free watch party presented by 7-Eleven. Watch the Dallas Cowboys kick off the 2025 NFL season against the Eagles in Philadelphia on Thursday, September 4th. Doors open at 6 p.m. and kickoff is at 7:30. Enjoy a performance by the DCC, Slurpee samples, $5 Miller Lights, watch out, y'all, and more. Claim your free ticket at DallasCowboys.com watch party.
DallasCowboys.com
/watch
watch.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank
All
you.
right, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, final segment here of a Thursday Mix Shots. And by the way,
in the kickoff 7:20.
It's 7:20. My eyes are like, I'm going back. I need glasses, y'all. I need glasses.
So that's next Thursday, 7:20 kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've got the Labor Day weekend. Now, we're going to be back here tomorrow at high noon on Friday.
Correct.
And we got the long weekend. And then we're back on Tuesday at noon. And then Wednesday's a travel day.
Correct.
So,
and
gentlemen,
Friday's a work day.
We're not. I'm leading up to Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
Just one.
My point is, we only have 2 more shows before kickoff.
What the heck?
So
get it all in now, Mick.
So here's a homework assignment for you tonight. We got to start studying these Philadelphia Eagles.
I read something about them today.
All right. And
They
and by the way, the team is back to practice tomorrow.
Right.
Then they've got Saturday off, and then 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So the team only has 4 practices before game time, too.
Is it just me, or does it seem like it's hard to judge what your starters are going to do because I've seen less of them this year? Is it just me that feels like that?
Oh.
Half the teams are doing it that way, and half the teams are doing it the other way.
Yeah, it's something because I know that it's preseason, but we've seen starters offensively play before.
Yes.
And we saw none of this year. It's kind of weird to me.
There have been years, though, where we haven't seen them play.
I mean, we used to
and
give
they've come out and played well.
Remember we used to
Tampa
give them a
Bay,
drive in the last
31-29
preseason
opener at
Were you
Tampa
glad
Bay.
to see Tony Romo play in the preseason in 2016?
What was wrong with that?
Well, he got hurt.
Injured
And
his
Dak
back.
Prescott became your quarterback.
What's wrong with that? He knew. He knew.
No, I did not.
He forgot. That's 10 seasons ago.
But I mean, that's an exception. That's an exception.
But
It's
things
not
worked
great.
out okay because Dak Prescott became the
But
quarterback
you
and they
didn't
won
know
the
that was
division.
going to work out
Yeah.
okay. I wouldn't condone that. But the pattern is you've seen starters in preseason offensively and even quarterback. And so we haven't seen wide receivers, quarterback. We saw running back. It's just kind of weird to kind of predict not just what we're going to do, but what Philadelphia is going to look like.
So I read that they lost 5 starters on defense. Is that accurate?
Injury or signings or whatever?
Yeah, gone. Yeah.
That sounds about accurate. Yep.
And that they're trying to fill in with young guys that they've drafted over the last couple of years.
They've drafted pretty well.
I was going to
And
say
they have.
they do very well.
They have.
They do very signings and drafting. They do
But
extremely
I'm wondering if the dude in Philadelphia doing the show right now is going, well, I don't know about this defense. You know, we got 5
Well, it's
new
Philadelphia.
Whoa,
Of course
time
they're
out.
gonna act
Yeah,
There you
right,
go.
yeah,
That's
right.
it. That's it. A timeout right there. That's it. Whoa, Mickey, we're not gonna let that one slide
What's
because
that?
they got a Jalen Carter over there. They got a lot of different stuff up front.
Oh, I know.
Philadelphia
No,
had
you know what
to build around.
We're talking about the pessimism of the city of Philadelphia.
But here's where the pessimism goes about the defense. It's always about Mozzie Smith. I'm thinking he's not even going to start. Solomon Thomas and Osa Dikizu are going to be out there.
Or Perry and Winfrey.
Or Perry and Winfrey, yes. So everybody's basing their assessment of the defense on Mozzie Smith. I think so.
No, I'm not.
I don't think so.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Fowler
could be, but
had 10.5 sacks last year.
Yeah, he's coming.
In Washington.
Yeah, he better show up.
Now, he's probably might be designated pass rusher.
At this point, you need to expand your responsibilities.
Right?
Because I don't think.
Well, maybe
I
out of
don't think Philly is going to air it out with Saquon Barkley. I think they coming up against the Cowboys
they're
and knowing
gonna
that
run
they
the
can't
ball.
stop the run, they're going to
Absolutely.
attack you.
Absolutely.
So, what I teased,
Yes.
because we got 2 more shows to talk about the Eagles.
Okay.
The ceiling and the floor for this team here this season.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the ceiling is, and what's the floor?
Making the playoffs is the ceiling.
That's as far as they can go?
Yeah.
They can't go. They can make the playoffs, but they can't win a playoff game.
He didn't say that.
I could see him winning. If they go in with the first round.
Can they make it to the conference championship game?
No.
I wouldn't predict that.
No, I wouldn't predict that.
What would need to happen for them to do that?
You're going to have to pull off a big trade. You're going to have to bring
the
in
existing roster.
Yeah, existing roster. Okay.
Second coming.
That's good.
We throw holy water right now. Yeah. So ceiling and floor. I'm going to say the ceiling would be.
Can they go 12-5 like they did 3 straight seasons with Mike McCarthy?
I would be beside myself if they did that. But I think more 9-8.
One of the issues is the schedule, not just for the Cowboys, the schedule for the NFC East, and the fact that this year the NFC East has to play the NFC North and the AFC West, which those are 2 divisions that feature a total of 6 teams that had winning records last year.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for a second playoff team to come out of the NFC East this year because of the schedule.
That bothers me.
Yeah.
Because we got 2 great teams on top of us already.
And let's not forget the 6 consecutive games against playoff teams. That includes 3 division champs and 2 people that played in the Super Bowl.
And my ceiling on that is they will do well if they, once again, keep their eye on the prize for that stretch of games.
So, Bill?
I think they can come out 4-2 in that stretch. If they keep their eye on the prize and just, man, you're men. I mean, it's going to be difficult. But, man, you got to win tough games. We got to win tough games in order to do anything this year.
Y'all are depressing me. I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's why I just pointed at you. You want to go Cowboys so we can get out of here?
Bill said he's got to go.
Continue on. Y'all are depressing me.
I got a TV show to tape, too, in 10 minutes.
Go ahead.
You guys want to continue?
Oh, Cowboys, we are out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?